Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering as always. Please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, modify anything you need to. If something I'm offering doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it. You can skip things, change things, do what feels right for you throughout your practice. Let's start on our backs today. You can come into a savasana type position. We'll go ahead and spread out. And you can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. Let the weight of your body release back into the floor. And come into a nice slow rhythm with your breath. Tuning into what's right here, right now. The sensations in your body. Your mental, emotional state. Your energetic level. And if even just for a moment, allowing everything that's here to be here. That perhaps this is the perfect place to start your practice from, just like it is. And as we move through class, through many different poses and shapes, we will, of course, be going towards things we may care about deeply. Greater health and well-being, strength, flexibility, balance, all kinds of things. But even in the doing, even in the going towards, even when there's action, can we still balance that with just as much surrender, just as much allowing that both can be here at once? You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. We'll begin by sliding arms overhead and stretching out really long as you can. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, and flex your feet. And then bring your right knee to your chest. And you can grab hold of this knee however you're able, hug it in as close as you can. And then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling until you meet your edge. And that will, of course, look different for different bodies. Flex and point your foot, feeling what's being stirred up as you do this. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. And then release. Bend your knee, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. And you can adjust where you hold so it works for you. Grounding down through the back of the left leg. And bend your knee and bring it across, spinal twist. Open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder release away from one another. Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal, letting the fingers and toes reach away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, take a little circle or rock. Feel what's touching the floor. So much of this we can go on autopilot, especially if you're doing something familiar to you. But what's it like when you really open up into sensation? What are you actually feeling? Let's grab hold of the left leg, drop the right leg long, squeeze this knee in. Straighten this leg up, flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. Bend your knee, open it out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. Can you feel all that this shape stirs up in you? Use that to take action that's useful and let it be just like it is. Moment by moment, even as you move, even as things change. Bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then straighten the left leg on a low diagonal. Left arm on a high diagonal, reaching long. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock. Drop your feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a little bit of core work, starting from ease. Draw your belly in, engaging what's useful, relaxing what's not needed. Let's interlace fingers behind the head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more like this. Last one. And then release. Bring your right knee in and your left elbow across so they come towards one another, and then extend really long. Bring it back in. Reach long. Bring it in. Reach long. In. And reach. One more. Switch sides, left knee in, right elbow across, and then stretch it long. Knee in, reach long. Knee in, reach long. In, and reach. One more. Let's bring both legs up. Outwardly rotate your legs and then bring one leg in front of the other and switch back and forth fast as you slowly lower towards the floor. Once it gets difficult to keep the lower back on the floor, head back up. Going up and down slowly, little quick switches, breathing, belly engaged, face relaxed. One more, lower and lift. And then release. Bring both knees in. Another little circle or rock. You might open your knees. And then make your way up to sitting. Let's come all the way forward into a high push-up position. Setting your hands near the front of your mat. Step the feet back. Feel your hands touch your mat. Your whole body connected, top of the head to heels. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. And this can be low or high, cobra or up dog. Coming back to down dog when you're ready. Using everything you've learned so far. And still being open to discovery, even if this is a pose you've done many times before, can you wake up inside of it? You might use this whole physical practice as a meditation, and instead of sitting in stillness while we meditate, we're moving, practicing paying attention inside of this body, exploring what it can do, but letting it be like a meditation. Let's drop the knees and sink back to child's pose. Anytime you need to simplify, come into a rest, whether it's this shape or a different one. Coming back to breath, coming back to just doing this. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left, and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center, and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. And let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Taking any arm position that works for you, any movement. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. One vertebrae at a time, stacking up. And then we'll come up to the front of the mat. Into a mountain pose. Feet can be together or apart. And bring hands together at the heart. A series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. 5 deep breaths. Down dog, child's pose, sitting, something else. Last breath here. Let's come through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time, from down dog, take your right leg up, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint, feeling what you're doing. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Let's hold here with hands on the floor the first time. If you have blocks and want to use them, go ahead and grab those. Inhale, lengthen just the back leg. Exhale, hips sink low. Just a slight pulsing. Inhale, looking for length. Exhale, sink. One more breath like this. Now we'll straighten the front leg part way or all the way as you inhale. Exhale, slow, deep bend. Inhale, lengthen. Use blocks if they're useful. Exhale, bend. Inhale, yawning open. Exhale, bend. Let's take one more like this. Lengthen. And bend. Inhale, step back. Lower down. You can make your way to down dog however you do. So it could be through a vinyasa, high to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog. You can move in any way that you like. Make it up. Have it work for your unique body. From down dog, take your left leg up. Bend your knee in, start circling. Going towards your full range of motion so that you meet your limits wherever they are, however it looks, however it feels. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. high lunge. You might adjust your footing, you might grab blocks. Inhale, lengthen just the back leg. Exhale, sink hips low. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Inhale, yawning open. Exhale, grounding down. One more breath like this. Now let's straighten the front leg, part way or all the way. Slow, deep bend. Take your full breath to arrive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more like this. Make your way back to down dog. Any movement transition. And then settle into a good rest. More important than the shape you choose, coming back to a quality of presence. Fully here. Letting go of everything that gets in the way of just simply being. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips go low. Head reaches high. Shoulders drop low. Last breath here. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Come into a twist here, left elbow across. Now there are many variations. If you would prefer to do a low lunge, you could drop the back knee. If there's a different arm position, you're welcome. If you want to make it easier, you could bring your left hand to the floor on the inside of the right foot. One more breath. Release, hands to the floor. You may want to grab your blocks. We're going to drop the back knee. If you want to pad this knee, you could roll up the side of your mat, or if you have a blanket or cushion, you might grab that. Hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back, hands right under shoulders as high as you need them. Feel what's here as you move towards your edge. If you want to go further, you're welcome to slide that front heel further forward, going towards splits, Hanumanasana. If you did, slide forward. Slide your way back. To release, let's bring both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot, and then shift your weight forward, coming down to lizard pose. You might be on blocks or the floor. Feel around within this. Any shift of weight, anything you do is going to have an effect. So can you find how this pose works best for your body? If you do want to add a quad stretch to this, you can bend the back leg, reach back for it, draw that in. Let's release and make our way back to down dog. Feel what you're choosing to do each moment. Remember, when we hold this as a meditation, it takes a little pressure off what you're doing. Please move intelligently as best you can, and we're all learning how to do that. You can't know things you don't know. You can't do things you can't do. So just doing your best given what you know and are able to do, and then feel what that's like. From down dog, left leg sweeps high, step forward, high lunge, arms up. Let's come into a twist. Right elbow across, or whatever you did on the first side. We are trying to find balance. The two sides are quite different, but do your best to even them out, doing something similar. Can you feel your breath fully here? And then release. Might grab blocks, might pad your back knee, take the hips back, inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. Going in the directions you know to go in. So here we're going towards hip square, towards a flat back, towards folding, maybe towards splits, Hanumanasana. We can hold a lot of details, all the things you're going towards. If you're a seasoned practitioner, you may have lots more you are working on in your practice. Check on all those things. Can you drop your shoulders? Can you unlock your jaw? And at the very least, can you stay with your breath? Can this be a meditation, even in this pose? If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Let's bring both hands to the inside. Turn out through the left foot and then come down to lizard. Experimenting with tiny movements, adjustments. If you did add a quad stretch on the other side, try that again. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. Feel what you're doing. Your transition can be a time to integrate what you've just done. Even out the two sides. Let's come all the way through to sitting. Extend the legs forward. You might take the flesh of the sit bones back. You might sit up on something if that's useful for you. Folding forward. If you're able to grab your feet, go ahead and grab them. If you can't reach your feet, you could either put something around it, a strap or sock or towel, or go back to having hands on the floor. Each inhale, a little more length. Each exhale, is there any deeper folding possible? Until you meet your edge, and then check it out again. Inhale, more length. Exhale, maybe more folding, more letting go. What is there to release here? And sometimes the letting go is physical, and very often it is mental. Letting go of the need for this to be different. If you are doing your best given what you understand and are able to do, how could the results be otherwise? It's just not possible right now, anyways. So can you feel the way it is to be in your body in this shape exactly as it is and as it isn't, and allow it? Is there anything in you to release? Let's make our way out of the pose. We'll bring soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. You can grab your toes or your ankles with that grip. Lengthen and fold, whatever amount. If your body doesn't fold, then you're holding the intention of folding and being with your edge exactly as it is. Your elbows may push into your knees. They may or may not go anywhere. You can lean forward into your hands or elbows. You are looking for your edge. And there could be part of your mind, I know there's part of my mind, or there was in the beginning of my practice, that valued being able to do the pose the way I saw it being done as good. And when my body didn't conform to those shapes, it was bad, or something's wrong with me, or at least keep trying and maybe someday. So I'd like to bust that myth. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body is perfect, just like this. Just like this. Exactly how it is and exactly how it isn't. There's nothing wrong with you. And so our job in this practice is to try on a whole lot of different shapes. Let them stir up what they do in us, and practice opening and feeling and being with ourselves as we are and as we aren't. So if you are in a pose where you are meeting your edge and it is far from what it looks like when I'm doing it, or the picture you saw in the magazine, those are the places where there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of potential for freedom. Let's release, come up. And we'll keep the right leg where it is. Open the left leg out, getting set up for gate pose, Parigasana. Right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of your leg. Stretching through the fingers. And for sure, when we go towards what's tight, there is a very good chance it will become less tight. But that is not the whole thing. That is a side benefit. It is a very small side benefit. Keeping your torso more or less where it is now, let your head fall towards the floor, and then take that top arm out and down until you can pull down through the right shoulder, stretching right side of the neck, head falling one way, shoulder dropping the other way. Press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to help lift your head. And let's switch sides. Left arm up and over. So the trick is, can we wholeheartedly go towards excellence, mastery, everything we care about, 100% effort, unwavering in that effort, and moment by moment allowing it to be just like it is? How do we hold those two things? They may seem like opposites. Let your head fall towards the floor. Take that top arm out and down, pulling down through the left shoulder, stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand, come up. Use that hand to lift your head. And let's open both legs wide. Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. Flex your feet and knees point straight up. Hands could be on the floor behind you, perhaps helping to keep your spine nice and tall. Feel free to put a little lift under your hips. Find your edge. You might have already found it. If you're feeling a lot here, this could be it. Just breathing, feeling where you are right here, right now. If you're not at your edge yet, lean forward until you find it. And we're going towards length, towards folding. Feet go straight up, knees go straight up. So if they're falling one way or the other, keep bringing them up. So old or unconscious paradigm is go towards what you want. If you get it, good. If you don't, try harder, or there's some problem with you or the world or circumstance. So if that were the case in this pose, if it looked the way, it does in the magazine, good. And if it looks like this, bad. So new paradigm. We're going towards our edges. Go towards length, towards folding. And then feel exactly how it is right here, right now. And if there's a difference between how it is and how you want it to be, can you let go of that wanting? Even if it's just for a moment, what is there in you to let go of this being a problem at all? And that is a superpower. I love getting what I want. Believe me, I try to get what I want almost all the time. I think a lot of us do. And getting what I want is sometimes out of my control. So can I find another path to freedom in letting go of wanting? In any moment, feeling exactly what's happening right now. And allowing it to be just like this. So simple, yet really challenging. That's why we practice. Lean back, draw the legs in, give a little shake out. Let's come into a supported fish. So we're going to lie over something. If you have blocks, that could be a good something. Could also be a rolled up yoga mat, a rolled up towel or blanket, a couple books or a soup can with a towel over it, foam roller, tennis balls. Be creative. Look around your room. What have you got? Whatever you've found, try putting it at the upper back, about at the nipple line. Depending how high this thing is, you may want something else supporting your head. Notice if your chin is way up. If it is, see if you can drop it. So the back of the neck is long. You may need to bring your head up higher so that you can do that. Arms can be overhead or out to the side. Legs can be bent or straight. If the thing you're on is too high or too hard, you may have trouble letting go. So just ask yourself, can I release? Can you relax your face? Can you breathe deeply? If the answer is no, take it down a notch. That's why this practice is so great to do here. This is low stakes. When we practice being with what is on our yoga mat and we don't want to be with what is, get off your yoga mat or come out of the pose or change it. You have the ability to do that anytime. And very carefully, gently, over time, we can expand what we're able to be with, what we're able to surrender into, a whole variety of things. And then it's like breadcrumbs we leave ourselves for out in the world where the stakes are higher, where you might care a whole lot more. As you go about your day, do your best, of course, do your best. Educate yourself. Take action when action is needed. And you might just try it out moment by moment throughout your day, especially in the moments that you wouldn't necessarily choose for yourself. Can I allow? Can I expand to include this? If you're enjoying where you are and you want to stay longer, you are welcome to do that. You might just continue to melt here. This could even be your final resting pose. If you're ready to release, you can also come out of this. One gentle way of doing so is to interlace your fingers behind your head. Lift your chin to your chest. Move your stuff out of your way. And roll down. Just check in with your body. What's needed? We'll be wrapping up this practice, moving towards Shavasana. Is there any last pose, any last stretch, anything your body needs to feel complete? You can take your time, feeling what you're doing, whatever you're choosing. And when nothing else is needed, you can get comfortable. Come into Shavasana, your final resting pose. You might adjust your clothing, You might use props. You might do a little self-massage. Perhaps there's some parts of your body that could use a little help letting go. And when you're ready, you can let go of the control of your breath. Let go of doing anything. Allow yourself to come into stillness. Releasing into the ease of being. No effort. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out through your arms and legs. Imagine you just woke up from a really good nap, fully refreshed, revitalized. Bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Maybe just take a moment to set an intention for yourself. Something you'd like to bring into your day or life. I'm going to hold that for you, with you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. That was a deep one. I enjoyed that a lot. Hope you did too.